Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. Oh, I forgot to put the clock. Good evening. Welcome, welcome to hell, my friends. No, it's okay. It's alright. I'm on the right today. We have a reason I'm here. Okay. Hello. It's been a while. How long has it been? Well, it's been like 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not too bad. But in those 2 weeks, I think a lot of things happened, and it's like I don't even know where to start. God. So, first of all, hello Salty, hello Dry Day, hello, welcome. How is everyone? First, let's start with the basic. How is everyone doing today on the 2nd of January 2026? Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. I hope you all had a lovely time. Tell me what you've been up to, because that is what is today's topic. I thought I was gonna do this earlier in the day, but I got caught up with doing other stuff, and now it's 9 p.m. So yeah, well, let's do it now. Doesn't matter what time it is. Let's do it. But I hope you all had a lovely time. To me, it was the first Christmas in about 7 years? No, 6 years that I had no job or like family meetings / gathering to do, and it was very chill. I don't mind not spending money on gifts for people, so it was a pretty chill holiday for me. But you know what? I'm gonna put myself in the middle for now. So where do I even start? We have to start at like the 23rd of December. Well, to be fair, nothing happened until like the end of the year. You guys run up my stream. Hello. Normally, yeah, I don't really have a time that I stream. I might get more of a scheduled time in a couple of days, because as the beginning of the year, my sister got a job, so she's gonna be out of the house for a bit. So hopefully whenever she's out, it means that I can take my time and stream in peace. But other than that, to me, it's been a fairly busy week, tiring week, and let me tell you why. Let's start from let's start from Christmas. But let's start from Christmas. So Christmas, it was pretty chill. I got up pretty late because I have been getting a very bad habit of waking up pretty late. Not as bad as today. Today I had to recover like 2 days of sleep or something like that. But right, so Christmas, it was pretty chill. We went out for dinner, not for lunch. We didn't do the classic we didn't do the Japanese thing of, oh, it's Christmas, fried chicken. We did not do it. Oh, I have been playing Final Fantasy 16 on stuff for a happy day. Let's go! I haven't played 16 yet, but I know it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I haven't played it yet though, and I have no idea when I'll be playing it, because many reasons. No fried chicken, low razor, no. So we had KFC a couple of days before, because my sister really wanted KFC, so I gave it, and I was like, okay, fine, let's order KFC. And it's that big of a thing that people pre-order chicken on like 1 or 2 days before to get it delivered. So, but no, we went out and we went to the Granblue, to the Grand Cypher Kitchens, the Granblue Fantasy so-called restaurant, and then we went to the Orze Cafe, so the Final Fantasy 14 cafe. We went like from one place to the other on the same floor, because we were like, you know what, they do have like a Christmas / end of the year menu, so I wanted to try that carbonara. That is definitely not a carbonara if you put it in Italian terms, but it was still good. I do enjoy a nice plate of pasta, no matter what you put in it. Okay, anyway, that depends. But so that was pretty good. Going to the Granblue and the Final Fantasy Cafe is always nice. Not only you get like all the freebies, you get to enjoy the little the atmosphere. Actually, we went to the Final Fantasy one, to the Orze Cafe. They put us into like the Gridania side of the cafe. So there's one side which has the bar, which is the place that we went the first time. It's the place where I won the first prize of the lottery. Oh my god, the gold saucer toast, which I still haven't got. I still haven't claimed it to eat. But this time they put us at the other side of the floor, which had more of like kind of, I don't know why. I heard someone call it like the Gridania style. I guess it has the Gridania banners, but what I liked the most is that I had my food. Actually, we only had the snack and a drink on that one because we had the main plate in the Grand Sci-Fi kitchen. I could stare at Gratia's stuff from where I was sitting. I was like, oh yeah, Merry Christmas, Gra. Wait, do I have a picture? I was like already with pictures and stuff. They haven't loaded if I do have any. Cause funny enough, after a couple of days, when I will show you when I will tell you what happened next, I have this big issue of my phone storage getting full, so I had to start backing up everything, which apparently I've never done. So that has been taking days because my Wi-Fi sucks and they're big files, and you can still hear everything from the mic. I haven't tweaked anything on it, and I realized before I was streaming that I had the Final Fantasy XIV open up, and the mic could pick up the fan going slightly louder. This is something that happened right before Christmas, right? So right before Christmas, my laptop fan started going very loud, especially when I'm like playing Final Fantasy XIV or I have a lot of stuff open, right? Makes sense, you would say, but it was pretty loud. It's still going on, like it hasn't been fixed. So first thing I did was like I left the laptop down for like 1 day. It made me so sad. I was so unmotivated. I was like, oh, my only thing is like now running. I don't know. It's about to die. What do I do? So I quickly had to look into like repair places, and there was one that was like, oh yeah, we can repair it, but it's gonna take more than 2 weeks because it's Christmas time, so delivery time and blah blah blah, it's gonna take a while, and it's gonna be 20,000 yen, which is like 100 pounds. I was like, definitely not the spending that I wanted to do around Christmas, so I might do it like in a bit. Like the laptop is fine, as you can see. I'm here, I'm streaming, it's working. I did get a proper like metal laptop stand, one with the fans, and I was like, it's better than before. It's definitely better than before. Maybe I shouldn't have stressed my laptop the last couple of days before it happened with Final Fantasy on every single day, every single hour without a cooling thing. Let me turn down the heater. Okay. But anyway, so that happened. Laptop is still okay, it still works, it's one fan, but yeah, the fans are doing their job. And what else happened right before Christmas? That's pretty much it. But yeah, because I got that, like my laptop is now elevated, so I was like, oh, now I need a keyboard. So it's like the money that I'm not spending on repairing, I'm spending half of it or less than half of it on a new keyboard. But I did get a keyboard that I really wanted for like always. Let's say one of those keyboards that are so aesthetically pleasing and creamy sounding, and I was like, this is the chance for me to get it like, let's say pre-owned but still new. So I got the, oh my god, what's the name? It's a hefty boy. It's the Yunzi C68, which has a little, it's like a silicone, oh my god, wait, do I have a picture of it? I know I took a picture of it. I don't think it's backed up though. Let me see. I indeed do not have a picture of it, but okay. It's the Yunzi C68, and it's so pretty. I got it in the brown color, and the cat is that cute. It's just so cute. Okay, but anyway, got a new keyboard. I guess that's my Christmas gift. Thanks to the laptop going kaput for a little bit. But anyway, so we had a nice Christmas. I mean, we barely did anything, but it's okay. And the day after, it was like the relaxed day, the time to prepare for the big thing. And this big thing is called the Granblue Festival, which last year I streamed on Sunday. I stayed up the whole night, fell asleep a couple of times watching it, but it was starting to settle in that I was not gonna watch it through a stream, but I was straight up going to be there. And I couldn't handle it. I was like, oh my god, it's happening, what do I do? So it was like, oh, what do I wear? That kind of stuff, you know? But in the end, you know, it's a convention, you kind of want to be comfy. So, and it's gonna be either cold or warm, you're not really sure. I mean, it was cold outside, but indoors, of course, it was like very hot. But it was okay. Like, I only had like a jumper and like comfy trousers, and then the jacket that I did keep taking that on and off. But anyway, let's get into it. So the plan was to go both days, and I did go both days, but my sister couldn't come on the first day because even though she had a ticket, so now I have like an unused ticket, but she had her own concert that evening. So going to language school, she met a couple of people that had like common interest too, and so she ended up booking this place with other two musicians, and they had like, I don't even know how long it was. Well, they had like a time slot so they could like each other play for a little bit. So she did that. So she had to ditch me and Granblue. She had to ditch me and the Granblue Festival. Okay, you do you. Which means that I was left alone, which on one side it was good. Actually, you know what? It wasn't too bad. I don't mind doing things alone. Last convention I did alone was the Expo, and I was part of the staff anyway, like helping staff, volunteer, let's say. And it wasn't too bad because it's like I don't have to, it's like I don't have to plan things with other people. I can just do whatever I want when I want, you know. So, and it gave me, going alone gave me a rough idea of what I wanted to do the next day with her, which probably saved us a lot of like things. I don't know. Let me just go slowly with everything. So the convention opened at 9. Normally, for normal conventions, I don't care what time it opens. I just go there whenever I get there. You know, like normally I will like makeup, cosplay, blah blah. But not this time. This time I was like, it starts at 9. Things will start at 9. I need to be there at 9. Bear in mind, that place was like an hour 20 away from where I am. Something like that. Which meant I had to leave the place around... Wait. Yeah, let's say I wanted to be there before 9. Because I ended up leaving for around 7:20, 7:30. Because I wanted to be there, like, of course, before it opens. Which meant I had to get up at like 6:30. Which... I went to sleep at 2 a.m, so I ended up having 4 hours of sleep. So that's on me, I guess. But I got there. Queue wasn't too bad. Definitely not bad compared to Comiket, but we'll talk about that later. So the queue wasn't too bad. Of course, you had to, like, they would pause the queue for a little bit to let the people in front of you go and blah blah blah. But it wasn't too bad. I queued, got the ticket ripped. They give you like all the freebies, which so cute. They give you like a proper silicone wristband, which I remember buying last year, one from last year's festival. But no, this time I had it on my own. It was so cool. And then I queued for the merch. So the way it works, it was pretty efficient. So you have to download the Granblue Fantasy Sky Compass app, which is like a tracking app for the actual in-game thing. But for the festival, they add a lot of features, so you can have like the live map, you can see like the live time of queues for like all the activities inside, you can see the schedule, you can see the merch that will be on sale, there's like the stamp rally going on and all of that. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty well organized by having everything on your app. You could watch the live stream on there, which that was probably the only thing that I didn't like, the fact that they probably could live stream the streaming onto the convention floor because it's like on a separate floor or like separate area, but that's fine. Pretty much most people had the phone on the side with live stream on. So I got there, it was all good. So for the merch, you have to like be scanned, so you get like a personal QR code. They have to scan it, give you a time slot. Everything, most things worked out of time slot or queue time. Like they tell you, oh, you have to wait 50 minutes for this activity kind of stuff. So you can try and kind of to organize, but So what I wanted to do, the only thing that I really wanted to visit was the Cafe Millennia. I wonder why, because it's absolutely beautiful. So, but at the same time, I really wanted to see things on the main stage. So this is where I learned that some stage thing you could probably just don't go to because you'll see them on the live stream, while things on the actual convention floor you're not gonna see on the live stream, so you better experience those. But at the same time, seeing the things from the stage, like not from the stream, but like being able to see the full image of the stage and the vibe and the lights and the sound, it's so completely different than watching it from the stream. So I think I managed my convention right, not gonna lie. But anyway, so the first thing that they were doing on the Saturday, apart from like the beginning chat about, was the character live. Now that has been like one of the top thing that I wanted to visit to see, and I was pretty upset that it wasn't on both days like last year, which meant that only half the things were gonna be on it. But I was like, okay, that's fair. I'm gonna watch it anyway. And I did. I was a little bit on the side of the... like, I wasn't straight up in the front, but it was just slightly offside. Hello, Dills! Thank you for the... You might hear my bones cry, but yeah, I should have a sip already. Yes. A yap and yap a yap. Hello, how you doing? So, as I was saying... what was I saying? Yes. So I got in pretty later that I wanted to be in it. Hello. So let's say the character concert started at 10:30, and I've been in the queue since 9:45. So I spent like an hour and a half in queue. Okay. But so as soon as I got there, I got a good thing about the... oh my god, I don't know how to phrase. I should have like wrote everything down, or like how to do sentences and stuff. So I pretty much... my original plan was, okay, I get in, I find the Cafe Millennia place, and I get my time slot ticket, because that one you could actually do, like, pick a time slot and what you want to buy. You buy the ticket, and then once you get into your time slot, you go to the cafe pretty much. Hello, Flucky! Welcome in, how you doing? And I hope you had a lovely Christmas, New Year's. We're here just chatting about my Granblue Fantasy Festival experience. I've just started anyway. So that plan got ruined. The plan to go to the Cafe Millennia and then go to the stage to watch the character live was kind of ruined because I got in at 10:15 and I had no idea where the vending machines for the tickets were. So I was like, okay, I only have 15 minutes. The stage might be full already, so I'm just gonna go for the stage and watch the character live. Man, more or less, how are you now? I hope you'll get better then. I hope you'll feel better soon now. I'm doing alright. I'm pretty late with this stream, but it is what it is. We rock on. We keep doing, but I'm alright. I think I'm alright. I had plenty of sleep today, which is probably also why I feel quite sluggish and a slightly bit of a headache. So, but I'll get it fixed for today. I'll tell you why I slept for like 15 to 16 hours tonight. I'll tell you why. But so I got to the character live, which it is what I expected. After seeing like the VTuber concerts, it's the same. So you pretty much see the live from the front, and then you have the screens that show like what people behind the screen at home would see. So the actual like 3D camera movements, but we only had the screen in the front. It was good. I enjoyed it. As I said, the being there, hearing the band live, because they have that live music, is definitely different than whatever you see from behind the screen. And then it would mean that I would watch the live stream later anyway. So that finished, and that is when I realized what was next. Wait, let me find another background music. I don't want music that sings over my voice. Where's my old BGM? Where's the... you can probably hear my keyboard, but it sounds a lot better than the laptop one. This used to be my... are you gonna give me an ad? Yes, you are. A slimming ad for people in Tokyo, by the way. There we go. This is my go-to. Right. So, wait. Give me a second. I mean, doesn't really matter. I have the freaking thing here. Like the... So there was a special character live. So, okay, yeah. So after the character live, there was the cosplayer thing on stage. So I was like, I can't really leave the stage and come back in 20 minutes. It's gonna be full, right? So I'm gonna stay at the stage area. I witnessed the character live, and I moved a little bit to the center because there were the cosplayer doing like the action like stage part, which I always wanted to watch. So I stayed there until that. It was amazing. The fact that you could film as well, it's like it gives you a little bit of a memory. Did you do cosplay? No. Like I was tempted to. Rules for cosplay at conventions are a lot stricter than what I'm used to in like England or whatever. You can't get there in cosplay, first of all. So you can do the bare minimum prepare like at home, and then you have to get into the convention and go change and blah blah. I think they give you a time slot and all of that. It's very time based. Like they try to be as efficient as you can. There were a lot of cosplayer, which made me think, to be fair, it might not be as bad. But I think if you go for cosplay, it's because you want to be there for the cosplay. Like, it's this festival especially, it's like one that you have to pick what you want to do, because you're not going to be able to do everything. Hello, niece. Hello. Jorg. Yes, that's me. So it's like if you want to cosplay, you're gonna probably be always around the entrance area where most of the cosplayers were. Where of course you can like go around and everything and do the activities. There's a lot of rushing around then. The stage was like the biggest part. I didn't see a lot of cosplayers around the stage. Makes sense. You wouldn't want like people squish you in cosplay. If you did, you probably like are going to be like a little bit outside. There were a lot of queues. It was well organized, as in like there were big spaces to walk around. It was not like packed like you would walk around into a place and cannot even walk. You could easily go one place to the other. They did have a massive like how do you say, like back and forth kind of queue system for the escalator. There was only one escalator to go up between floors. Moraxi, hello. Welcome in. Hello. Greeting. How are you doing? How's your Christmas and New Year's holiday going? How's your holiday? How's everyone's holiday? So it was very well organized, but at the same time, people do love to queue in Japan, don't they? You're at work? Well, I wish you'd have passed with work. Mine is alright. I slept a lot. And that's all I can say, because that's pretty much all I've done this new year. I've played games and I slept. Comiket! I went to Comiket. Comiket will come later. Comiket was Comiket was hell. When I said about, oh, the cons where you're packed when you walk and you have to take little steps in between people, that's Comiket. We'll get to that. But no, Granblue Fes was absolutely chill to walk in between, like, from one place to the other. No issue at all. The only packed place where if you had to queue for the escalators or for, like, activities, some other friends just moved to the town. Oh. It's absolutely insane. It's something like that. We'll get to that. I do have to talk about that. We're still on day one of this big weekend. I did like the most steps I've ever done in my life, I think, in that weekend. For 3 days weekend, I don't know. But so I witnessed the character live, the cosplayer doing their own things on stage, and it was pretty nice. So at that point, I was like, so there were can't talk. On the first date, everything was like delayed by half an hour. So it meant that we don't want you ad. We'll get the ad later. So it meant at 2 p.m. I had to go to oh my god. At 2 p.m. I had the merch meeting. Oh my god, I forgot to look at YouTube chat. Hello! I'm alright, thank you. No one's disturbing. I just don't have multiple screens to look at multiple chats. Don't worry. So I was like, this ended at 1 p.m. I have the merch meeting at 2 p.m. and I have the Cafe Millennia experience at 3 p.m. So I was like, this is kind of nicely organized, right? I'm doing well, I think. That meant that I had an hour to walk around the convention to actually see the conventions. So the main things to do were, well, like I said, if you're a cosplayer, you will probably spend time around the little, oh my god, like little stages, like they made like, oh my god, what the hell is the name? Like, they made little scenarios where you could like step in and take pictures and all of that. I did take pictures of all of that. I do have it. Wait, do I have it? Ah! True, I could share a couple of pictures. So, but yeah, I spent an hour like going around, getting myself like knowing where the spots were and blah blah blah. Where is... what do I have? Oh my god, I can see all the pictures that I took of my Lancelot. Oh no, I better not start fangirling. Wait, look at this one. Look at this. Where is it? Look! I took this picture, it's Lancelot! I have so many pictures of the stage because the stage was like something that I really wanted to see. So like, it's my Lancelot. It's very zoomed in as well because I was still like I was like at the end of the thing, but I could zoom in nicely. And but yeah, they were like setting up all the little stages. And what I wish I learned on day one is that the official cosplayers, which were like album dump when I've got too many. I literally have 9 minutes of a fan can video of him during the live on Sunday. I can't too much Lancelot. But it will still hurt me that Lancelot and Bane were the only cosplayers I didn't get to see up close. I'm very upset. We're not gonna talk about that because I'm literally like I cry in pieces thinking about it. So the cosplayers don't have a schedule. You have to be there at the right time to see them. What they do is that you'll see the little staff with a blue pen light, which I did buy the Granblue one. It's so cute. You will see them appear behind a wall out of nowhere. Apparently there were spawn points. I call them spawn points. There were 3 main spawn points. One on the top floor, which is what we camped on Sunday all day pretty much. There was one behind the Cafe Millennia on the ground floor, and another one near the main entrance. And you don't know when they appear, you don't know who's going to appear, but people camp those places. Spawn camping, literally. So, but anyway, I walked around for an hour. The only one I got to see during that hour is someone that I'm where is it? Oh yeah, wait, I have pictures of like the little scenery. I took it in 0.5 as well. So for example, this was one of them. Like a little library kind of studio. And while the official cosplayers weren't there, you could go up there, like touch stuff and like take pictures. Like cosplayers could go there and take pictures and all of that. Do I have another picture? Oh yeah, like this was the little... I actually like this one a lot. It was like another little cottage kind of kitchen style. It was very pretty. So it was full of this kind of things. I don't know if I even took pictures of all of them. There was the infamous crystal. Boom, a crystal. But, so yeah, this was like at the top floor. So the ground floor was like the one with the Cafe Millennia, some of the activities, the big entrance, and the top floor was mostly the little stages and more activities, which I didn't get to do because the queue for each one of them was at least half an hour for every single thing. So if you wanted to do those, you probably would have had to spend the whole day going from one queue to the other. There were 12 mini games altogether, and queues were from like 30 to 70 minutes. So do the math, like 6 hours for them, which I did not want to. So yeah, I went around for the hour, and then when it was 2 p.m. I went to, oh wait, let me show you this picture actually. Let me show you who I saw during the hour before the merge. I saw this little guy. Definitely didn't make me giggle and kick my feet around. So what happens when the cosplayers appear is that not only people will like make a line, so from the spawn point to the photo point, people will make a line, like a little walkway. So you could take a picture of them, you could get the chance to, like, for them to notice you and stuff like that. Once they reach the photo point, people queue. So you get the staff ready with their, like, strips to create the queue area. So you queue there, and you get 5 seconds to take a picture once you're in the front row. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. Like, well, what's wrong with it? So I queued for the standalone. Something that I wished I knew before, which I found that only on, what was it, Saturday evening? Like, yeah, on the evening, I found out not only that my phone could do 4K or 8K videos, which is the reason my storage got filled up the next day, but I was still doing it in 1080p. But I also found out, which I didn't know and I feel stupid for it, that I could take pictures while making videos. I had no idea. I felt very dumb when I found out. Which meant that this 1080p video of Sandovan that I took, I could have taken screenshots during it. I could have done it in 4K while he was right in front of me. We made eye contact, by the way. Dangerous. That was a dangerous moment. It's okay. They know the fan service. To be fair, he was probably the only one that was actually doing eye contact with the cameras. Which I'm like, sure, keep doing that. So I got to the merge. The way it worked, it was pretty efficient. So you would queue, they would give you the list of the merch in advance, so you're not gonna stand like there at the counter pointing things out, especially because there were like more than 200 items on sale. I think. pretty sure. So they give you the list sheet, which is in Japanese, so I had to spend my time figuring out which number was what and what I actually wanted. Which I did film later on. So all of this is gonna go into a little video of like my Granblue experience. Thumbs up, by the way. So you would pick whatever you want to get, and then you get to the point you have to give your list back, and they like rip the corner of it, which has a little color to it. That will get you divided into 4 different queues depending by color. So there were like 4 different shop points. That means there were 40 like tills. Oh wait, actually even more. There were 80 because there were 20 per queue. Hello Ray, welcome in. Hope you had a lovely holiday. So there were 80 places, 80 tills. Not all of them were on, to be fair. So I got into my queue. Zan! Hello! Hello, Ravi. I'm gonna call you Ravi on this one. we're still going through that. So I think I had like maybe 10 items on my list. They were mainly like the little photo shoot kind of stickers that I wanted, so I didn't go crazy. Like just stuff that I really wanted, and not like I went for a small gacha and it went like funny. You'll see that. It's already recorded. I just have to edit stuff. So there was one thing that I was mad that I bought because I really wanted to get the Vikala headband. Like everyone, you know, like at Disneyland, they have the headband with the like the Mickey Mouse ears or stuff like that. They had that for some Granblue like character or like mascots, right? And I really wanted the Vikala one with the mouse ears, but apparently the one I bought was like a keychain version and not the actual headband, so it's a tiny one. But it's okay because I can put it on like plushies. It's fine. I'm definitely not mad about it. So yeah, you get to the queue, and when you get there, you give them your ticket with the number, and they turn around, they have the basket ready for you. It's like efficient. I was like, oh my god, it's already all here. I mean, it does take a while, of course, to go through all the people, but it works. So they were like, they gave me the list back, and they were like, oh, check everything. I'm gonna tell you the number. This is where my Japanese was like, oh my god, this guy is telling me stuff. I need to understand this. So you had they would tell you what item it is and like the number, and you would have to circle it with this like red pen that they give you to make sure that everything is right. Done that, paid all of that, packed everything up. They give you a stamp for the merch, which is something I didn't do. I didn't do the stamp rally, but apparently you didn't have to finish it to get rewards. So I had 2 stamps, the merch and the Cafe Millennia, and apparently you could just go there and they would see that you have 2 stamps, you could get 2 little items. I didn't do that. I should have done that, but that's okay. So I did the merch, and by that time it was already nearly 3 p.m. So time for my Cafe Millennia experience. Now the Cafe Millennia, so what you do is you can only get 1 drink and 1 food. And there's like these vending machines where you just like tap the item and the time slot that you want. And well, do I have a picture of the queue? Because the queue never ended. Oh, I don't have a picture of the queue here. Because I only have like my camera. I had some pictures on a different like... Because, okay, so this weird thing happened on my phone. I tried to put my phone on in like... Where is my phone, to be fair? Where the... Oh, let's see. Give me a second. So what happened is that I put my phone in Japan because I wanted to download some stuff. Apparently that doesn't work. You need like you need a Japanese Google Play account, which I also did. But since I've done that, even though I've returned to United Kingdom, my camera shutter now does sound like typical from Japanese phones, but now mine does too. So most of the time I don't want to take pictures on the main camera, and I use like the WhatsApp camera, which is lower quality, but at least I can take pictures without making it sound. But so I have a lot of pictures on that camera instead. But so we got to the when it was my time, I could queue at the Cafe Millennia. I started queuing at 5 to 3. My time slot was 3 to 4, which made me think that by 4 I would be out, so I could go to the stage to see the cosplayer concert. How optimistic I was, thinking that there was still half a queue from the hour before. I stood an hour and a half in the queue. But let me tell you something that blew my fucking mind when I found that out. In a good way. So I put myself in the queue, right? And I wrote this to my sister and to Ravi right there. I put, there's a Sandalphon cosplayer behind me. He made me jump. It was well made, okay? That cosplay was so well made, and they were with Raziel as well, so they were like a very cute couple, not gonna lie. So I was just saying, oh my god, they're behind me, they jump scared me. What happens next is something that I never thought would have happened, but I realized it happened like a couple of days later, because I'll tell you why. So, as soon as this Sandalphon starts talking to the other person, I was like, wait a fucking second. I know this voice. Now, this cosplayer really sounded like Kanae, which if you don't know, he's like, let's say, one of the top 3 Niji-san JP VTubers. Literally, my favorite Wikuza. So I was like, it immediately struck me. I was like, this guy sounds like Kanae. This is weird. So I immediately messaged my sister saying, this guy sounds like Kanae. She was getting ready for her concert. She did not care what I was saying. But like, it struck me. And I spent an hour and a half listening to this guy that sounded like Kanae. Behind me, right behind me, not like 1 or 2 people. It was right behind me. Sometimes his cosplay would bump into me. I was like, okay, this is fine. I mean, it's a nice voice. I'm gonna listen to this guy talk about the game. And they were like watching the live stream, so they would talk about the game. I was like, this is an interesting experience. And we got to the end of the queue. Bear in mind, I spent an hour and a half with this guy. So it's like, the thought wouldn't leave my mind. I was like, this is Kanae. Do I turn around? I'm not gonna call him out. Do I want to take like a picture of the cosplay? Do I want to be like, try to have a little chat like saying, oh, are you not tired? Like, we've been an hour and a half in queue, you know? I did nothing. But, so, we got to the part of the cafe. I can't start the ad. No! Apologies for no adders. For the adders. So we go to the part of the cafe where you have to just give your ticket to the little guy, and they will give you like the coasters with a special message from Sandalphon. Do I have a picture of the coasters? I don't think I do, but I have a picture of what I bought. I wanted the cinnamon roll, and I was like, I'm gonna get a coffee. I'm gonna let the Cafe Millennia Sandalphon break my coffee virginity, because I never drank coffee before because I don't like it. I was like, I'll let... No, there it is. Oh no, that's the wrong page. There it is. I'll leave Cafe Millennia break the oath and let me have coffee. Turns out I still don't like coffee, but I still had to drink the full glass, and I really thought it was gonna make me sick, but it didn't. Especially because that was the only food I had the whole day. I didn't eat. Whoopsie! That's why maybe I nearly like fainted on the train on the way there, but it's okay. So that's what I got. And the Sandalphon cosplayer, let's call him the Sandalphon cosplayer right behind me, was on my side getting his order, and he also had the same fucking order. So it was very funny because when you give the ticket for the coffee, they ask you if you want Lucifer or Sandalphon, and I was like, oh, Sandalphon. And when they asked the cosplayer right beside me, he said Sandalphon, and the guy laughed because it was Sandalphon asking Sandalphon coffee. It was pretty funny. But, so... I still had this, like, it stayed in my brain for like 2 hours. I was like, this guy sounds like Hanae, but there's no way he's at the Granblue Fes, and there's no way he's cosplaying, you know? I did make a joke to my sister by the fact that he was not streaming during the weekend, but he was gonna stream Granblue on the 29th for like a sponsor stream, and I made fun of that, saying, oh, maybe he's not streaming during the weekend because he's at the festival, right? Turns out, on that stream on the 29th, he said that he was at the festival. Which, I was like, oh, he was there. Shit, right? Shit, I did hear a voice. Second point was that he said that they went, like, he and 2 other people. Then, of course, you never know if there was actually extra people not from the company, or if they split doing things, right? You can't know everything. But they then posted a picture of pretty much the same that I took, but swapped. The cinnamon roll was on the left and the coffee was on the right. So part 2 was that they went to the Cafe Millennia. Another take. Third, he had the Sandalphon coffee like I saw him take. I was like, no, this can't be it. Like, everything was going into slots. I was like, did I spend an hour and a half with like one of my Oshis without knowing? And yes, I saw him and I was like, oh, what the actual? So that blew my mind. That added another nice thing to my Granblue Fantasy Festival experience. Absolutely blew my mind. Thank you. That was like, so like, out of all the people, there's no way someone like sounds like him. Because like when you go around and you just hear people talk, it's like barely none of the times you're like, oh, this guy sounds like this. I was so sure this guy sounded like him from the first sentence, from the first word he said. And I heard him for an hour and a half. Okay, anyway, this was like my VTuber fangirling moment where I spent time with my Oshi without knowing. Let me drink. But anyway, food was made. And it's simply because out of all the people they had to serve, of course, like, food was not like super crazy, you know? Oh, we're getting an ad. Well, good luck to you all. But anyway, I'm gonna keep talking. What happened after that? So yeah, because I was late. No, because everything was late. To be fair, because the stage was also late, I really thought that by the time I had the coffee and food, I could have had time to go to the stage to see the concert. But I only had time to like watch maybe the last third of it, which was still alright. Of course it was packed because I got there like when like people were already in and all of that. What else happened? So yeah, Saturday was pretty much not many cosplayers encountered on the floor apart from that Sandalphon. And wait, who else did I see? Oh, Belial. I saw Belial. But yeah, those two. Oh, Seox as well. Seox and Nehan. Those four then were pretty much. Oh wait, when did I see? Oh yeah, Lyria and Sirikarte as well. But yeah, not a lot of encounters, you know. So I went to the stage. I saw my boy Vayne, but I didn't see him up close. Like, you don't understand how upset I am that out of all the cosplays that I saw Sunday, because Sunday we were spawn camping the cosplayer spot, but we were always in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I didn't get to see Lancelot or Vayne up close. I'm very upset. But anyway, back to Saturday. So after that, there was another section of... I'm pretty sure it was another voice actor section. I didn't get to see many voice actors, okay? Oh no, it was the night party. Actually, Saturday was the night party, which as soon as I left the stage after the cosplayers, I saw the queue outside waiting to get into the party, and I was like, I don't think I'll be watching the live party. So I spent maybe, I think it was probably an hour or a little bit less, going around looking for the cosplayers. And this is where I found Nehan and Seox and Belial. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not really sure where to go. I'm not really sure where the cosplayers are. I'm gonna approach the stage because I wanted to see the last section, which was like the little runaway with the cosplayers with all the different outfits. And when I went to the stage, I realized the concert was still going. And apparently it was only halfway through. And when I got there, it was exactly when Taro Kobayashi, the Stella Manu singers, which they didn't have a concert, and I was also very upset by it, but Taro Kobayashi was gonna be part of the concert. So it was like, oh, perfect timing. Paradise Lost has started playing. Oh my god. So I got to enjoy Paradise Lost, Parades Lost, and Small Fish in a... Small Fish in a Small Pond? I think that's the song. Live, which were like my top favorite songs. I don't even know the name apparently for them, but so that was a big thing. Because yeah, like I said, if you look at it from the live stream, you're like, oh, they're playing this live, how cool. But when you're there and you hear like, yeah, it's cool. I also didn't get to eat anything at like the Grand Cypher kitchen in there because there was always queue, of course. Queues are my worst enemy. So I got to see the parade, like the little walkway they did with the cosplay outfits. I have tons of pictures. That's when I found out that I can take pictures while filming. And that's why I have so many of them. We're still in 1080. I still didn't go to 4K yet. I have plenty of pictures, but I also have this very cute picture. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the cute picture? Well, I have so many pictures on Last Minute event. I still haven't gone through my gallery to clean stuff. It's dangerous because I had like 738 photos and videos just Saturday. I didn't take a lot of pictures Sunday. I mainly just filmed. Filmed. Oh yeah, there it is. This cute picture. Wait, is it this one or the other one? This one. Look at these cute pictures of... I love it. I was still pretty far away, but like bless my phone for zooming in. They're so cute. They are upset. It's like... They blew my mind how I thought, like, you know, Japanese people tend to use filters and all of that in pictures, but seeing them live, you're like, no, they're just absolutely perfect. Like, there's no flaw in them. Mwah! Beautiful. So, I really like this picture. So Saturday Saturday was good. Got to see a lot of stage activities and all that. Apparently, something I didn't know, after this, the stream ended, but when you leave the stage, apparently, cosplayers get to do a final parade. So they go through the whole con area from like the ground floor. Oh yeah, this is also because apparently they closed the second floor at like at 5 p.m. That's why I went to the stage. I was like, oh, I don't know where to go. Like, I can't see any cosplayers. I'm just gonna go to the stage. But yeah, so me going to the stage meant that I didn't get to see who cosplays were on the floor. So this is the thing, it's like, this is why I was saying maybe I need to cut down on stage activities to try and get the cosplayers around the con. Because I didn't know this until you check the hashtag, and while you're in front of the stage, you see people posting the cosplayers. I'm like, oh no, I missed my chance, you know? It's like you need to divide. You need a squad to divide around places to like find the cosplayers. At one point on Sunday, I told my sister, you go downstairs and check. I stay upstairs, right? Stuff like that. But yeah, so at the end of the little parade, the what is it called? It was called the Tokyo Big Sight, the Granblue Fantasy Collection, which they gave like original outfits. I mean, these are not original. These are like official Halloween skins. But yeah, so they did this little parade of all the cosplayers. So that was the chance to see the cosplayer that you missed. Even though both day I was like behind people, so not really on the front. But that's okay. Wait, I have a... Oh no. This is where I found out that I could take pictures, right? Is it this one? Oh, this shot is so cute. I don't know why. It's like the little smile this Sandalphon has. So yeah, this was like part of the parade. Ignore the light coming through. He's like shining, you know, with the new outfit. So, beautiful Sandalphon. Bless Sandalphon. So yeah, we got to see them all like walk past. It was pretty cool. And after that, the con actually ends. And I think Saturday ended around 9:30. Can you see the... You can't see the clock on this picture, but it was a clock right behind, like... here. Can you see my cursor? I don't know if you can see my cursor. But like right on the right, behind Zeus. I'm covering Zeus. So that was Saturday. And that's when I was like, tomorrow. What's on the plan tomorrow? I'm gonna try to find the best way to be where the cosplayers are at all time, you know. So we got there a little bit later. So I still woke up around 6:30, which I also, again, went to sleep at 2 AM, so another 4 hours sleep, which wasn't doing good. But anyway, so we got around the con. We got in before I did on Saturday, but that could be because we skipped the merch line, so they it's like you cut through people. So we got in like half an hour later than I did, but we got in half an hour early. So good, I guess. We still skipped the stage talk because it was like the voice actors. And while I wouldn't mind seeing the voice actors, it's a bit like we can see in the stream. And we're gonna see them from far away, you know? So at least we get to see the cosplayers. But so we went to see the second part of the cosplayers. And you don't know who's gonna appear. And everyone that appeared on stage, it's not someone I wanted to see. Let's say it that way. Like, I don't mind seeing anyone, but there were no Dragon Knights. And I don't think there was Sandalphon either. Which meant, of course, it meant that they were on the con floor. Which meant I missed them again. And I did. Because I was looking at picture and in the morning. So before we got in, because we still got in around 10. And apparently Vane and Lancelot were around like 9:30. So missed those. And they were at the Millennia giving out the stuff. Not only Sandalphon. Them too were giving out like the orders for the Cafe Millennia. While I was watching the stage. I was like, this is like, I can't make it up. This is like so unfair of me. But anyway. And then, so the next section was also voice actors. So what we did was pretty much, we learned the schedule, so to say. So upstairs, you get 2 cosplayers out at a time, and there was only one spawn point. So what we did, it was spawn cam the fucking place. So we would just stand there waiting to see who would come out. So that's how we got to see all the cosplayers. But no Lancelot and Vane, and they didn't come upstairs. So upset. Anyway. So yeah, we spawn cam the top floor, and from the top floor you could see who was at the big entrance as well. So the only spot you couldn't see was the Cafe Millennium. So I was pretty much, every time that we were waiting for someone, I was scrolling on Twitter waiting for it to refresh to see who was at the Millennium. It was like a hunting ground for cosplayers. Do I have any pictures of I mean, I filmed everyone. I literally filmed everyone. Feathers and Randall were so good to watch, like, in real life. Oh my god, my throat! They're just, like, so active. Oh wait, I have this. Does this have audio? I have this video. So when the generals came out, I have this video. I paused the video. And Bikola was like waving at me. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like all these little moments when you get noticed by the cosplayers are so cute. But at the same time, my sister and I were saying, isn't it so weird how they're not talking? It's all silent movements. It feels kind of weird because of course they can't speak because they don't have the character voice. So it's like you're getting silently waved and cheered at. Parasocial, let's be real. Still absolutely cute. I think there was one where Sirocarte and Lydia were doing stuff. Oh yeah, this is the only picture I have of Lancelot from not the stage. So this is where we were camping for them to come back. I was in first row. It couldn't have been any better. What happens is that some people start to like say that they were going another way. So people started to move the other way. And I was about to move. So I did like one step back. Just to tell like my sister, no, they're not going that way. And as I moved that 2 steps, someone has taken my place on the front row. I was like, fuck me. That was the only chance I had to see them up close. And it didn't work. And after that, we went upstairs to camp. And what happened is that they never came out. And you know why? It's because Lancelot appeared later on as Eustace, so he had to change completely. So of course he had no time to go out again. There obviously is a way to remember that one. This is the live outfit. What do you mean you don't remember that one? It's like the outfit from the concert. Yeah, I took like 3 pictures, like waiting for them to come out. That's it. This is all I have from Lancelot, apart from like the on-stage pictures. By the way, I have a 9-minute video in 4K of him. Can I? This is what I was filming, baby. I was doing a Lancelot fan cam. He had eyes on stand up all the whole time. Oh, I know. Wait, do I have audio on this one? Let me... Where's mute tab? Oh yeah. So they did like a full... Like... There you go. Ding, dun, 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 dun. We're not watching it from this stream this year. We're watching it from my videos. So what they did is they had the old Dragon Knight song, which is still my favorite. And they had it like remixed while they were doing like a sword dance. Mwah, beautiful. And then they did Knights of Chivalry. I can't even say Chivalry. But yeah, so blast my zoom. This is when I started filming in 4K and my storage got filled. Hello guy with a flag. I felt bad for not filming Vayne, but apparently my sister filmed Percival and Vayne. So I could focus only on Lancelot. Ah, see, they're so pretty. It feels unreal. Like, I don't know. Even though I was pretty far away, yeah, it was like the whole atmosphere, like being there and just like witnessing that. Oh, there we go. Now it starts. I knew it was gonna start. That's why it zoomed in. Beautiful. So yeah, I did my fan cam. Completely, like I was trying to hold my phone steady and look behind the phone, like to see them. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't tell you, Rabbi. You know, so on Saturday, I was holding my phone up with my arms, and I was like, oh, my arms actually hurt. And I would see like girls with like the little tripods, the selfie sticks, filming. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I did it on Sunday. That's how I got this beautiful video without heads in the way and without my arms hurting. Genius. And I had a freaking remote as well, so I could like just stop the video. I was like, I feel vain there, you see. But yeah, I could watch this forever. Okay. Anyway, before I get like hypnotized by it. So that was Sunday. Beautiful. That was at least I didn't miss the cosplayers at that point. Actually, yeah, Belial was out. So that's the point. It's like one thing or another. You can't get everything. And you would think, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the stage on stream, right? It was already It's like, it's kind of defeating how you don't know where to go. I at some point, the freaking one of the staff member was kneeling in front of me and my sister, and it looked like he had the schedule on his tablet. We were like, what if we take a picture of that so at least we know who's going on? We did not! We should have! Because we camped the whole day the top floor, like after seeing the concert, waiting for Lancelot. And only they appeared downstairs, but they never appeared upstairs like I thought, because Lancelot had to change anyway. So, yeah, I got to see everyone, but not who I wanted. I was like pretty upsetting. But yeah, after that, what was it? So there was the very long 3-hour long like voice actor thing, which we only got to see the final section of like the game updates, and we were so far away. Like my legs were absolutely killing me. And then after that we had to wait, and then there was the final the hour and a half long cosplayer stage part, where yeah, the Dragon Knights were not there, but it's okay. It's okay. I can't get everything, you know. What else do I have? Another. It's like I do want to like it, but on another side, there were a lot of things that made me upset. Hello, Rasta. Hello, Stern. Hello. I'm alive. I'm just yapping all the time. Don't mind me. But yeah, there were ups and downs. I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas and New Year's, by the way. Welcome back to me too as well. So apparently management changed lately, which is apparently the main reason the Narmaya cosplayer, which I absolutely love, the old Narmaya cosplayer Miko, I absolutely adore her. She did so many cosplay, like official cosplays. She was like the Aliza, she was the, I always forget her name, the Earth Dragon from the Six Dragons, Narmaya, Orologia. Like she did so many official characters. I forgot some, definitely. And she left. I mean, the Belial cosplayer changed for another reason, but we noticed that the amount of official cosplayers they had was like maybe halved from what they used to have. Like, absolutely, there were so few of them now. And I wonder if they just tried to keep some characters based on what the storylines they're gonna do for the lives are. But maybe I wish they had like more of them going out in and out, so at least you like always on point. You're like even more moving around than before, not hunting like 2 cosplayers, now you have to hunt 6 of them. But I don't know, and the fact that the character live was only 1 day and not 2, the reason the still and Manu were not there apparently is not related to this anyway. So that's why Taro Kobayashi was still there to sing the songs, which I do appreciate anyway. But yeah, it was absolutely insane to have been there in person compared to watching the stream. And I did go back and watch the stream, of course, like to see how it looked from outside and see what I didn't see in person, or just like, yeah, to re-experience it. It was absolutely amazing, and I wish I could go again. Who knows? I have no idea if there's even a way for me to go next year or what. I mean, if only plane tickets were not that expensive. Like if I didn't live that far away, it would be a lot easier. Because like, yeah, you could technically just go to Japan whenever you want. Like you have 90 days under like a holiday visa, you know? You could just go any Granblue Fantasy Fest you want. But plane tickets, man. But then the lights as well are very nice during Christmas. Like all the what are they called? I don't know. Oh, I forgot to turn the music down. But yeah, so that was the weekend. And so the next day, the 29th, we had only one plan, and that was to go back to the old city we lived in and change our address, because a lot of things we need a matching address on our card, you know, and stuff like that. We didn't check, of course, the place was closed because end of the year, so fuck that, I was so tired still. So we went to an Italian style diner to eat, very cheap, very nice actually. And then we went to Ikebukuro just because, to spend the day. And then we went back home. And that was the 29th, which was still pretty tiring because we stayed out until like 6, 7 or something like that. I mean, it would help if I go to sleep early, but I don't do that. So next day, Comiket! Woohoo! We went to C107 Comiket, which, if you don't know, is probably the biggest event ever in Japan. Well, probably. Is it the biggest ever event in Japan? Well, it's hell. So, when we went to Granblue Fes, we got there, we went up the stairs, and we were already in, right? We got to Comiket. We got down at the train station. They made us walk around like 2 blocks and like back and forth, like on a bridge, and like we were getting away from Tokyo Big Side and then walk back in. We, I don't know, we were maybe 2 hours in queue for that. They don't even check the tickets. Like, when you buy a ticket, apparently it's either a QR code or a wristband. We got wristband at Animate. So, which meant we just put our own wristband, and then, yeah, at the entrance they're like, put your arms up to see the bracelet, right? That's it. Like, they don't actually check it. Because we were like, wow. I mean, for the amount of people that go there, yeah, there's no way to check every single one of them. You could buy tickets on the spot as well, but, I mean, you could just buy it at Animate. Even inside, it was hell. And a lot of things, if they were in America, they would try to cancel each one of them. Very questionable doujinshi, if you know what I mean. Speaking of, actually, while I was in queue for the Cafe Millennia, while having Kanae behind me, in front of me there was someone looking at very questionable hentai. Like, why are you reading that in front of me? And then he would like not see when the queue was like going forward, so he would just stand there and I would just stand behind him waiting for him to walk. I was like, So anyway, I was sandwiched between a hentai enjoyer and kind of, let's say that was my hour and a half waiting Cafe Millennia. But anyway, Comiket was crazy. It's like, I told my sister this. Let me go to the middle in it again. Actually, do I have pictures of that? I told my sister this. Do you think if an unknown person, especially in Japan, let's say, oh my god, let's say I go and sell at Comiket. I have my little table, I have, let's say, pins and maybe an acrylic stand. Do you think an unknown person would sell at such a big event, even if people don't know? Maybe they get it and maybe they like the design and stuff. Do you think things will sell anyway? I was like, it would have been a crazy, an interesting like project to do. See, like, I'm unknown in Japan, I'm gonna go sell a couple of things with the amount of like traffic there is. Answer is probably no. And that is because it's worth a shot. Honestly, it would have been super funny. Like, I'm just gonna appear at Comiket with a table and like a couple of pins and like maybe I don't know, whatever thing I can get. Like, some people were just selling like 2 things, and I was like, what are the chances that some random people are like, I like this design, I'm gonna get it, and maybe like they start watching stuff like that, especially not having a Japanese audience, you know? It would have been funny to test. But my answer was no, simply because with the amount of artists and people that are there, most people have a list of people to go see. So they market the tables that they want to check and blah blah blah. Bear in mind, the Granblue Fes was laid on 4, what were they called? Halls. Comiket was on more than 8. If not 8, maybe 9. And the rooftop for like the cosplayers. So it was definitely a lot bigger. And so there were 2 people I wanted to see. Miko, the Narmaya cosplayer, which was only there on Sunday, and we went Saturday, so rest in peace, I didn't get to see her. But I went to check Yuriko Tiger, because you may not know Yuriko Tiger, but she's an Italian cosplayer, an entertainer, and future VTuber, so many things that she does. She's like been an inspiration for me since back in Italy. So since I was 15, since I started cosplaying like at 16 years old. And I did meet her back in 2016, so 9 years ago. So I went to her table and I was like, this might be a little bit funny, but I actually met you 9 years ago back in Italy, and now I'm seeing you 9 years after in Japan. It's kind of mind-blowing. So yeah, just had a little chat with her, because she's like an icon to me at this point. Like she does so many things, and just a great person. So if you don't know Yuriko Tiger, check her out, because she's amazing. But yeah, so we didn't get to see Miko. So pretty much after that, we checked the official stands area, and there was like a stand for Arknights Enfield. There were like a couple of more. Yeah, there were like a couple of official stands that we had a look at, but so many people everywhere, it's like impossible to stand for a second to watch. You just have to keep walking. We tried to check the rooftop for the cosplayers. Again, hell, so that's when we decided to go, because it closed at 5 anyway. It wasn't like Granblue that's like a 12-hour convention, no. But yeah, after that we were like, where do we go? Because it was still like 4 in the afternoon, so we ended up going to Akihabara, and we went to the Monster Hunter Cafe, which actually the Hunter's Bar is called, which we've actually never seen. We've been in that building for so many times for Granblue and Final Fantasy. We've never been to the Monster Hunter one, so we're like, let's go to the Monster Hunter one. There was a time slot in like less than an hour, so by the time we traveled to Akihabara, we would have been there perfectly in time. It's amazing. The Monster Hunter one is amazing. Like, it's not half a floor like the other 2, but it's on a full floor, so there's so many seats, and they had like all the weapons, like real life size weapons, and a couple of armors, and apparently you could also like grill your meat, but I didn't do it. And there's also a challenge where if you beat a monster for like and you get like rank A or B, you get like a discount. So that was pretty cool. Do I have a picture of the food? I don't. I didn't take any picture of that. I mean, I do have them on the other folder, but my backup is not done yet. So that was the 30th, and now we go into the 31st. So New Year's Eve, what are we gonna do? My sister wanted to climb a mountain, and we climbed the mountain. So we left around 8 p.m. and it took us about an hour and 45 to get. We went outside of Tokyo, but still in Tokyo district. And we went to Mount Takao, when there's like a huge Buddhist shrine that would be open for New Year's Eve. Sounds pretty cool. It was fucking freezing, 0 degrees. Of course we didn't have like camping stuff or anything, because it's not like we've been here enough and we're like going to full on shopping for like one single night. So we only like layered up a lot. But we got to the train station, and then you get a cable car to go up. That was pretty cool. And then we had to walk up the mountain up until we wanted to go to the summit. But it was around 11:30 or like 11:45 midnight that we got to the main temple, where they were doing like the ritual every 2 hours. And we were actually there for like midnight, so we got to see the ritual from outside, of course, but it was still like an experience, definitely. And there were like stands selling like mochis on the way, so I got this like golden sesame mochi. It was so good. Dango, actually, not really mochi. Like dango, like proper dango, like not the one that you buy at the supermarket, but like good. So we got those climbing up, and then we got to the main shrine. They were selling the fortune stakes, which I really wanted to do like at the like on the midnight, and they started selling them at midnight. I was like third in queue. I was like, I'm gonna get this immediately. So they give you like the big cylinder, and you have to like shake it and flip it, and then you get the stick with the number, and they go and pull open the little drawer with the number that you pulled, and they give you the fortune slip. It wasn't bad. I think I got like a good fortune. It doesn't specifically say like good or great fortune. It only like says it in general, like about little topics, but it all looked good. So that's why I say 2026 might be my year. So I did that, and then we went to the summit, and we got there around maybe around 1 a.m. and there were already a lot of people, so we just had like to find our little spot on the staircase, and we pretty much stood there until like 6. I tried to sleep like crawling up in a ball, like sitting down. Then I tried to like lay down on the side behind my sister. It was so cold. I had no blankets, I had no gloves. I only had 2 like heat pads that I ended up putting in my shoes because my fingers were like my feet fingers were absolutely freezing. My feet get very cold at night, and this was absolutely agony. For a second I thought I was gonna go in like a hypothermia and had to cut them off, but it was 0 degrees, not like minus something. But yeah, I believe I somehow slept maybe 10 minutes. At some point I went to the toilet because there was a toilet right beneath the summit, and they had the heated seat, like the toilet seats were heated up. So I like sat on the toilet for half an hour heating up before going back. I would have stand there for like longer, but my legs, like I lose sense in my legs. But yeah, and then sunrise arrived. Apparently watching the sunrise, the first sunrise of the year, is like a good luck charm thing. So we did that. So hopefully that brings us good luck. And then around 7:30, I think, we started making our way down, and there were people like going up, but not on the summit, but like at the shrine. So we got back down to the shrine, and I did another little fortune sleep pool, like not the one with the little shaky, but just one that you put like the money in and then you just pull one out. And that one also was great, like good fortune. So it's like maybe it is going to be my year. So if you get bad fortune, you have to tie it up at the shrine. If you get good fortune, you have to keep it with yourself. So I put mine in a wallet. I also had one from last year, which I bought like in October, so I was like, might as well. But I'll wait until I go to another shrine to dispose of it, because I don't want to dispose it by myself. Apparently it brings bad luck. I like to be how do you say it? Not suspicious. What's the word when you like believe in this kind of things? I don't know. Well, anyway, I know it, but I can't get it now. So yeah, we walked back down. I got a little lucky charm as well of the rabbit, because I was born in the rabbit year. And yeah, that was my loot. We got down, we got another stick of dango. And then we got like a chicken skewer on the way back as well. Like we're just eating everything that we could, because we had like a couple of snacks during the night. And then instead of getting the cable car in the morning because the queue was crazy, we went to get the, what's it called, like the chairlift. That was freaking scary. Wait, I have a picture of that. Because like there's no security, right? Oh wait, I have pictures of the night as well. Do I have a picture of the night? Yeah. So this was the 31st, the night of the 31st. That is Tokyo. And it looks amazing. I'm pretty sure that is Tokyo. So yeah, it was very weird to see like from so far all the little lights. And then what else do I have? Is this from? No. And then I tried to take pictures of the sun when it was coming up. So I had like this little cute picture of the sun coming up from where we were. The first sunrise of 2026. Actually, there was something funny. Like while I was walking up the stairs, like after midnight, there was this guy that was like Happy New Year to me, and I was like, Happy New Year in English. And I was like, ah. Well, some extrovert Japanese are pretty funny. And then there was the one with the beer, like putting the incense to burn. Yeah. You get all the types. What else? Oh yeah, so this was not the cable car, the chairlift view. It was spooky! Like, you can't even see how, like, high up we were, but we were very high up. And, like, wait, I might have a video. And there's no, like, secure, like, things. Oh, wait, this one. You see? Oh, wait, oh, yeah, there we go. Like, there's no, like, chair secure or not, you just have to walk on it. And I've never done it. So I was kind of spooked by it. Oh wait, in this one maybe you can see better. Oh yeah, this one is better. Like, it was scary. Spooky scary, yeah, I was like, I shouldn't dangle my feet. It was definitely cool to watch though, like... Something I've not done before. So we were doing all of that. And there was also like, people taking pictures of you. And I was like, yeah, sure, pose. And we ended up buying the picture because like, it's the first of the year. We're not gonna be here forever, so let's do it. And then after that, we just went back home. 80% of the train that left there was like sleeping, all people that were up all night. And we got back here at the apartment for like 11 a.m. And we were like, we can't just sleep. We're gonna mess our entire sleep schedule. So we stayed up the whole day, somehow not falling asleep. I think my sister went to bed at like 8 p.m. I stood up until 11. And that is yesterday evening, aka when I slept 15 hours tonight. Last night, 15, 16 hours. I slept a lot. But it recovered. I recovered. And now it's like, oh, what do I do for January? Turns out I have a fucking huge backlog of things that I haven't filmed and edited since Christmas. Because that's when I've been busy from. And I have a huge list of small videos and stuff that I have to do, I want to do. But the first thing that I wanted to do officially was this stream where I would just talk about Granblue Fes and how great it was. That's it. Oh my goodness. I literally don't have any plans for the next weeks. The only thing, feel that more of the eggy, the more of the egg. The only thing that we're doing, oh my god, no, this is you. The only thing that we're gonna do tomorrow, apparently we're going back to Yokohama because she wants to go back to the Chinese gay exhibition. Now, please don't cancel me, but everything Chinese gay, I just call Chinese gay. And this one is Heaven's official blessing. Gay Chinese. Well, that's what it is. So she wants to go visit the exhibition again. Last time we went there, I went to the Akatsuki no Yona one. And then we went to the Christmas market and all that. I think that was my last short. So tomorrow we're going back there, but she's going to the exhibition. I think I'll just stay around the train station area. I might just check the Pokemon Center because last time we only had a quick look at it. Yeah, and see what shops are around and have a little walk. Because it's near the sea, so it's kind of breezy. I don't know. It's cold. It's still cold. That was my week. That was my bottle. Well, that's all. Now, I have no idea if I can stream Final Fantasy 14 with my fan. I wonder if you can hear it. Wait. You hear that? Boop, boop, boop. Just little quiet hiccups. That's my fan. So, I have no idea if streaming and playing the game will set off my fan so loud that you can hear the fan on stream, which will be very annoying. Unless I start tweaking on my mic settings and find a way to cut that off. Oh my god, my throat. I speak for too long, too much in my throat. But we'll figure out. I still haven't gone to a manga cafe to see how it is, like if I can play, if I can stream the game from there, or I don't know. I need to wait until like everything reopens again. I need to check when the post office reopens. I need to send something. Other than that, it's now trying to go back out into doing things. Like after this week of kind of not doing stuff but going out and seeing things, it's time to pick up the rhythm again into editing a lot of things, publishing as much as I can, and scratching the itchy nose. I have a lot of things like to put on Mercari to sell because I'm like I feel like a scalper buying things to sell, but no. It's been alright. I don't know when my sister is coming back tonight, but it feels weird to be streaming at this time. It's like 10:30 right now, and I feel like, should I get some food? I'm probably gonna get a toast, like have a toast, because I technically had lunch / dinner at like 4:30 or 5. I think it was 5, maybe around 5 p.m. I need to do a little grocery run. I can't tomorrow because we're going to Yokohama. Well, maybe after we come back. But yeah, my sister is starting to work on the 4th, so I think that will be the first day that I'm like, I need to pick up the pace on things that I want to do. I'll be able to record videos. She'll be out in the late afternoon, evening as well, so around this time. So maybe that might make me a schedule for streaming, which is kind of European friendly as well. So I look forward to do things. It's alright. Life is going alright. I still get those up and downs, like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm like, is what I'm doing worth it, you know? Like, is my life worth it? But I want to use the fortune slip as my strength to keep on doing things while I'm in a completely different country that sometimes still like punches me in the guts and be like, you don't belong here. I'm like, I know I don't belong here, but I'm trying to make but who knows what the future holds. Am I right? Maybe I need to like try and take part in the lottery here. Maybe. What I'll do tonight though, I know, is I'm gonna go off stream, I'm gonna have a toast, play Final Fantasy, and probably start planning the future editing and stuff. Have you seen that the Witchbringer developers are working on a new game? Actually, I was gonna do this into a short, straight up just be like, Witchbringer fans rejoice, we're getting a new project. I don't think it's Witchspring related, but the key art looks mwah. So I'll do that. Okay, I think that's all from me. Actually, no, the first thing I wanted to do was like do a full I went to the Granblue Fes kind of video. See, I have too many things, I don't know which one to start with. But the Witchbringer is gonna take me less time, and it's only one picture, so I might do backlog. But anyway, I again wish you a Merry Christmas. I already finished them. All the lights are already gone. I didn't even get to see the lights in Roppongi. I really wanted to do that. Damn it. I wish you all... I wish you all the best. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year's. I hope 2026 will bring out the best to you guys as well. And I will do my best in trying to be online more compared to last year. That's pretty much what it takes. But I'm sure I'll do a lot better with the situation I'm in. Half and half. You never know, maybe tomorrow I'm going back to UK. I hope not. What else? I had so much to talk about, but now that I said it, I'm like, is there anything else I need to talk about? I don't know. That's it. I think that really is it. Well, if you ever want to tell me your how was your holiday, and no, that's it, how your holiday was, make sure to leave a comment under this stream on YouTube. Oh nah, I hate the self-advertising. Check out my YouTube and TikTok, that's pretty much where I post. And the final plea, if you want to help with my fan, my laptop fan, my coffee is open. But anyway, the last plugin of like, it's like I press autoplay on myself just to say those 3 sentences of like self-advertising. Other than that, I wish you all had a lovely time, and I will come back in 2 days. It's like 1 day off, 1 day no. And I will definitely show a lot more photos and videos when I'll do the Granblue video. The Granblue video is gonna be just what I talked today, like what I said in this stream, but I'll slap on more pictures and videos, like a slideshow while I talk. Which is what I wanted to do today, but my brain just can't do both of them. I can't either just talk or show pictures. I can't talk while scrolling, especially since I haven't seen them. Like, there's 100 pictures of just Lancelot on the stage. Not much to say about that, is it? But yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to keep it longer. Like, I'm done. I'm gonna get a little toasty. Should I get an egg toast? Or just a toast? It's my last egg. Maybe I'll have an egg toast and buy eggs tomorrow. Because I don't have like a ham to put on. Anyway, I could go to a combi. That's like how convenient, how everything is so convenient here to get. It's kind of scary. Like, yeah, I can just live in my house for barely in a few days because I can just go buy it when I need it. We stocked on the fridge once and it lasted us for like more than a week. But then we got tired of like, I don't know, then we get lazy. Konbini! Konbini saves your life. Especially where I am. Like, I think it's 300 meters. The closest one is like 300 meters from here, or even less. But there's both Lawson, 7-Eleven, and Family Mart all in the same 50 meters. It's crazy. So I get all the choices I want. But yeah. It's too convenient. Way too convenient. That's it. I wish you all the best. Have a lovely day. I'm doing a little heart with my hands, but you can't see it, and I don't remember the toggle on the VTube studio. But I will go now. I will go chill, because I hope this wasn't loud for my neighbor to complain. Because technically you have to be like a little bit more quiet after 9. It'll be fine. Thank you for saying it's okay. Hey, don't worry about that. I'm here to yap. It doesn't matter if you just listen. That's all that matters to me. If you want to chat, feel free to chat. No pressure. Okay. Bye. Good night. Have a good eve. Good morning. Have a good afternoon. Good evening or good night if you're close to my time zone. Bye bye. Where's my? Oh, is it this one? Oh, it's this one. Ah. I will thank you.